All right. Shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off by saying Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kol Haloyim La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect that scattered abroad, the Akim and the Akwath that's listening in. Yahweh Rath our Lord willing that the lesson is edifying. It's the brother Shawab Muwan back at you with another lesson. And what I want to go into is I was trying to post it on my post on my pages, but Esau only let me post it on one. He being difficult on the other ones. They asking me to do all this extra shit, give information, which I ain't gonna give that information up. All right. But basically this lesson is inspired off this little how can I say it? I guess it's like a sponsored something sponsored by this thing called Trauma Service. All right. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I'll show you right here. All right. It's basically this right here. It's a sponsored, some type of commercial. All right. And it's going into, let me read it to you real quick. It's going into death cleanup professionals, compassionate, discreet cleanup for trauma, crime, and unattended deaths. All right. Another picture they have here. All right, which I'll read it. You're probably not going to be able to read the wording on it because it's so small. Like I said, my one page has the pictures. There's 4 pictures of it. All right. This is going to services right here. All right. And then it goes into another one, which goes into biohazards. All right. And it explains the biohazards. And then it explains the locations of where this job is located. All right. So basically it's a sponsored program that they're trying to recruit people to help them. All right. And it basically goes into a death cleanup professional. All right. And why they're gonna need these professionals for, man? Okay. What are they gonna need these professionals for? Because there's gonna be a whole lot of death that Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai brings upon this earth, man. All right. And the fact that it has actually a T in the middle of a hazardous sign. All right. If you know what the biohazard sign looks like, all right, it shows you these devil's horns, man. It's all spiritual. All right. So it says death cleanup professionals, compassionate, all right, discreet cleanup for trauma, crime, and unattended deaths. All right. And when you go into the services part, all right, it says we're here during your darkest times. And that's what we're in. We're in dark times, man. Okay. As the scriptures say, in those last days, right, we're going to be in perilous times. All right. Very perilous times, dangerous times. All right. We have to watch our surroundings at all times in these times. All right. But it says services. It says, as the industry leader in biohazard cleaning and remedy hold on, let me open this up. Remediation, Trauma Services is dedicated to supporting families, businesses, and property owners through challenging times. We offer a wide variety of services to help in challenging times. Then it says request service. Okay. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look at that. 6 checkpoints, and then the first checkpoint, the first check goes into industrial and medical, comprehensive biohazard cleanup, medical waste disposal services for industrial accidents. Then you have another check that says homicide / suicide. Okay. Compassionate and professional biohazard cleanup services for homicide, suicide, and unattended death scenes. All right, which is going to be a lot of that, man. It's gonna be a lot of death, all right, which going into homicide, all right. It's gonna be a whole lot of death upon this earth, which they even got machines now. I seen not too long ago they were pushing something, some type of machine it was, that basically is able to dead bodies, all right, and put them into the machine, and whatever that machine does, I guess it breaks it down, whatever. Why do you think they're gonna have these things, man? Because Esau knows what's about to happen, man. Esau knows what time it is, man. Esau is ready to pull out his blessing, which is the sword, man. All right. He has power on earth to bring death to this place, man. Okay. So it says compassionate. I mean, Salaki, it says another check will be, and there's going to be a whole lot of suicide too. A lot of these people going off themselves, man, when they see the things that are coming upon the earth, man. As the scriptures tell you, men's hearts failing them from fear. Okay. It says another check is drug labs. Okay. It says specialized cleaning services for drug labs, ensuring safe decontamination by trained professionals. All right. Another check says trauma and crime scenes. All right, which that's going to be the main one, man. There's going to be a whole lot of trauma and a whole lot of crime scenes out here. All right, when all hell breaks loose. It says specialized trauma and crime scene cleaning services with 24-hour emergency response. All right. Another check says hoarding, which that's the fifth check. It says hoarding, sympathetic and professional cleanup services for hoarding situations, ensuring properties are safely restored to a livable condition. All right. And it's never going to be livable. All right. Once all hell breaks loose out here and Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai begins to start to judge these people, man, there is going to be no restoration of a livable condition, man. It's going to get worse and worse, as we have told you for many years, man. There's going to be a great purge out here, man. If you ever seen the movie The Purge, all right, these people going to be killing left and right out here. All right, they're going to be offing people left and right to the point where people not going to be able to fathom that shit, So it says like the Lord said, there's going to be great death upon the earth, man. Right? Safety. The sixth one is safety training, providing training courses for law enforcement and first responders. All right, crime scene processing, forensic photography, and biohazard safety. Okay, so they're already getting prepared for the dead bodies. Dead bodies is going to be laying all over this place, man. All right, their dead carcasses shall be on the streets. Okay, then on to the biohazards. All right, which the biohazards says we're ready to deploy at a moment's notice. Okay, yeah, you see, it says our biohazard cleanup team is always on standby, ready to deploy at a moment's notice, whether it's crime scene, industrial accident, or any other biohazard situation. We ensure rapid, professional, and thorough remediation to restore safety and peace of mind. All right. And then it says request assistance. It has a little button on the bottom. All right. And then at the last part, all right, of these pictures, it says locations. Okay. It says we operate from multiple strategic place locations across the country, equipped with the latest advancements and bioremediation technology and tools. Our commitment to innovation ensures we deliver the highest standard of service, providing efficient, and reliable biohazard remediation solutions tailored to your needs. All right. And they basically got these the locations, they got little pinpoint spots on the map. All right. And it starts from Maine. Let me see. Let me open it up a little bit. It starts from Maine, Then it goes down to New York, Boston, uh, Philadelphia, part of New Jersey, and then it skips Washington, Virginia Beach, and it goes all the way down to South Carolina, Atlanta, Georgia, and North Carolina. All right. So pretty much they're showing you on the East Coast all these little pinpoint spots. All right, which eventually is going to be in all major cities, man. This is going to be in all major cities. This is going to be all across America. Okay. Whether these people here forbear, man, these things are going to come upon the earth. All right. And there's no coincidence that, you see these sponsored commercials, looking for help, to pick up dead bodies. Okay. As the scripture said, the slain of the Lord shall be many. All right. Let's grab this, though. Enough of the talking and get to the scriptures. All right. This is Ezekiel. All right. And I'll start it from, might as well take it from the top. All right. This is, it says punishment for wickedness foretold. All right. So it says Ezekiel 7:1. Moreover, the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, also, thou son of man, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, power unto the land of Israel. Salakia. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh unto the land of Israel, an end. The end is come upon the four corners of the land. Now is the end come upon thee, and I will send mine anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abominations. And my eyes shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thine abomination shall be in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, showing you that the Lord, man, has no pity, okay, on anybody, man. It doesn't matter who you are. All right. You have to understand the Lord only has care for his elect, man. Okay. But anybody else that doesn't, believe in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, he's not going to spare your life, man. He's not going to have any type of pity. It's just going to be total death and destruction to those people, man. All right. It says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, and evil, behold, is come. Okay. Disaster and disaster, basically, coming your way. It says, an end is come, and the end, and it watches for thee. Behold, it is come. All right. NLT says the end has come. It has finally arrived. Your final doom is waiting. All right. And we are in those times. Okay. The morning is come unto thee, O thou that dwellest in the land. The time is come. The day of trouble is near, and not the sounding again of the mountains. Now will I shortly pour out my fury upon thee, and accomplish mine anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense thee for all thine abominations. And my eyes shall not spare, neither will I have pity. I will recompense thee according to thy ways, and thine abominations that are in the midst of thee. And ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai that smiteth. Yeah. All right. This is all doings of the Lord, man, of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay. Matter of fact, let's grab the scripture real quick. Deuteronomy 32 and 9. Give me a second, it's loading up. It says, see now, I, even I am he, and there is no power, no God with me. I kill and I alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of mine hand. You see, this is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right. So death comes of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right. Let's grab this. This is Give me 1 second. This is 1 Samuel 2:6. It says, the Lord Yahweh killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust and lifted up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among princes, to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and he has set them, and he has set the world upon them. All right. But the point was at 6. Okay. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. All right. So all the death that's going to be put upon America, and is going to be coming of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You see? So now let's go back to Ezekiel, the 7th chapter. Right? And 10. It says, behold, 7 and 10. Behold the day, behold it is come, the morning is gone forth, the rod has blossomed, pride has budded. All right. And that's why the scriptures tell you that there shall be many great miseries, man. Okay, let's grab that real quick. This is Second Ezra 8 and 50. And it says, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. You see, that's that pride that has budded, man, that has risen upon this place, man. There's so much pride in America. All right. And pride brings filth. Okay. And the Lord hates pride. As a matter of fact, let's grab that. This is Ecclesiasticus 10 and 7. Pride is hateful before Yahweh and man, and by both does one commit iniquity. Okay. Let's jump to 13. It says, for pride is the beginning of sin, and he that has it shall pour out abomination. And therefore the Lord Yahweh Shai brought upon them strange calamities. Okay. And overthrew them utterly. Right. Go down a little bit. 18. It says, pride was not made for men, nor furious anger for them that are born of a woman. Okay. Let me see real quick. Yeah, that's good on those. All right. So going back to Ezekiel 7 and 10, it says, behold the day, behold it is come, the morning is gone forth, the rod has blossomed, pride has budded. Violence is risen up into a rod of wickedness. None of them shall remain, nor of their multitude, nor of any of theirs. Neither shall there be wailing for them. The time is come, the day draweth near. Let not the buyer rejoice, nor the seller mourn. For wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. For the seller shall not return to which is sold, although they were yet alive. For the vision is touching the multitude thereof, which shall not return, neither shall any strengthen himself in the iniquity of his life. Okay. They have blown the trumpet even to make all ready, but none goeth to the battle. Yeah, and that's what we do. We constantly go on the highways and hedges, all right, and we're sounding that trumpet, man. All right, we're blowing that trumpet, crying aloud and sparing none, and telling Israel, all right, their transgressions. Okay, but none of them make themselves ready to the battle. None of them want to actually hear, all right, what we got to say, because none of them can actually picture and perceive these things happening upon the earth, because they have the perception that what? God is all love, God is all peace. All right. But the Lord's come to bring peace on earth, man. Let's grab that. This is second. This is Matthew 10 and 34. And it says, think not that I come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. Okay. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. All right, but actually that was the point. Okay. The Lord is not coming to bring peace, man. He came to bring a sword. To bring a sword means to cut. All right. To bring to divide. All right. So, you know, the whole fact of the Lord is just all peaceful, man. That's nonsense. Because the Lord is a perfect balance. Okay. He has come to bring division, man. Separate the sheep from the goats. All right. The wicked from the righteous. All right. Going back to Ezekiel. Salakia. Back to 14, it says, they had blown the trumpet even to make all ready, but none go to the battle. For my wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. The sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within. Okay? Yeah, this place is going to be filled with disease, man. You see it now. All right? When you hear about these damn devils, which a lot of these things are, you know, man-made diseases, but that's still of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And they're already talking about, you know, as we told you, lockdowns will come again. Okay? And then great famine, famine of the word, along with famine of true bread and water. Okay? But most of all, it's going to be the famine of the word. All right? It says that he that is in the field shall die with the sword. All right? And who's the sword? All right? These military groups. All right? These martial law troops. And it's, you know, Esau at the end of the day. Because that's the blessing that the Lord had gave Esau. He had given the blessing of the sword. All right? Being able to take peace from the earth and being able to bring, you know, destruction to this place, man. It says, and he that is in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour him. But they that escape of them shall escape and shall be on the mountains like doves of the valleys, all of them mourning, every one for his iniquity. Okay. All hands shall be feeble, and the ones that are only going to be escape is the elect. The Lord's going to preserve them from them said perils. All right. Eventually being beamed up. All right. On them chariots. All right. It says, all hands shall be feeble, and all knees shall be weak as water. They shall also gird themselves with sackcloth, and horror shall cover them, and shame shall be upon all faces, and baldness upon their heads. They shall cast their silver in the streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of wrath, the day of wrath of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right. That's why it tells you that prophets, that richest prophet not in the day of wrath, man. All right. When the Lord comes to destroy, there is no buying your way out of it. Okay. And pretty soon you're going to actually see these devils, all right, everybody that's 2/3 this whole place of America, because it's falling anyway, all right, they're going to be throwing their cash on the streets, man, because it's going to be worthless. This money is worthless out here, all right? It says, they shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because it is a stumbling block of their iniquity. As for the beauty of his ornament, he set it in majesty, but they made the images of their abominations of their detestable things therein. Therefore have I set it far from them, and I will give it into the hands of the stranger prey, and to the wicked of the earth for a spoil, and they shall pollute it. My face I turn also from them, and they shall pollute my secret place, for the right shall enter into it and defile it. Make a chain, for the land is full of bloody crimes. and the city is full of violence. All right, and it's all Esau. All right, because Esau's what pollutes the land with violence, man. Encouraging our people to kill each other. All right, and that's why he has to be taken out of the way. All right, as a matter of fact, let's grab that real quick. This is Numbers. Numbers 30. Numbers 35 and it's 33. Yeah, this is Numbers 35 and 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed in, but by the blood of him that shed it. You see? So this place is not going to be better until you take out, all right, the source of violence, man, which is who? All right, Esau, Edom. This is why he has to be out of the way, man. All right. As a matter of fact, let's grab this, Proverbs 4 and 14. It says, enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, and pass away. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief. And this is talking about Esau. And their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. You see? But the path of the just is as the shining light that shineth more and more onto that perfect day. Okay? So these devils have nothing but violence in their mindset, man. That is their blessing. All right? Let's go back to Ezekiel the 7th. 20. Make a chain, for the land is full of bloody crimes, and the city is full of violence. Wherefore I will bring the worst of the heathen. See, this is the that's coming upon our people, man, called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, man. All right, the Lord's gonna allow to bring the worst of the heathen, okay? And they shall possess their houses. You see, you starting to see that now. All right, when they go into these people's cribs and they start snatching them out, all right, they're coming by the way of ICE right now. All right, so eventually becomes these martial law troops, these military groups. All right, it says, and they shall possess their houses, and I will also make the pomp of the strong to cease. All right, yeah, the proud, and their holy places shall be defiled. Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. Mischief shall come upon mischief, and rumor shall be upon rumor. Then shall they seek a vision of the prophet. All right. Then you see, when these things come to pass in front of their faces, man, then they're gonna want to look for answers. All right. Seek that vision of the prophet. All right. But the vision of the prophet was there already. Okay. Because Yahweh Bashim Shah gave you the vision through the spirit. He prepared you by us coming on these highways and hedges, by making these lessons, all right, and constantly sounding that alarm, warning you with that trumpet. But they took not heed to it. It says, but the law shall perish from the priests and counsel from the ancients. All right, eventually it's going to be taken away. You see, that famine of the word. The king shall mourn, and the prince shall be clothed with desolation, and the hands of the people of the land shall be troubled. I will do unto them after their way, and according to their deserts will I judge them, and they shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You see, and bring and you know the fact that the Lord's going to bring the worst out of the heathens. All right, to give you an example of how these devils is coming. Let's grab this. This is. Give me 1 second. This is Wisdom of Solomon. This is Wisdom of Solomon 2, and let's grab it straight to 10. All right, this is showing you how Esau, all right, is gonna come at our people, man. It says, let us oppress the poor righteous man. Okay, who is the poor righteous man? Going into our people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, and it's gonna be really the elect. Okay, because at the end of the day, he understands that 2/3 is gonna be taken away, according to Zechariah 13:8. Man, 2/3 of our people, all right, shall be cut off and die. All right, and he's really trying to get to the elect, man, because he wants to put the elect to the test. Okay, that's the pride of this damn devil. All right, it says, let us oppress the poor righteous man, let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the aged. Let our strength be the law of justice. That which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Okay, and that's what their strength is, man. Their strength is the law. Okay, these laws that they set up on here, man, that you think that you have these constitutional rights, man. I've said it millions of times. These constitutional rights are not made for our people, man. It's made for these devils, for when the time comes to be, you know, for them to use it. All right, they're gonna throw them back at our faces. Okay, it says, it's like, yeah. It says, therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not of our turn. Okay, they lie and wait. As the scriptures tell you, he plotteth against the just. Let's grab that real quick. He plotteth against the just, KJV. This is Psalms 37. In a second. Let me grab it. 37:7. Rest in the Lord Yahweh and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil. All right. Yeah, we're not gonna try to, you know, they come in one way and we're gonna try to go back the same way. No, our weapons of warfare are not carnal, man. Everything we do is all of the spirit. All right. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is what we constantly put our trust in. It says, for evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord Yahweh, they shall inherit the earth. For yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yet thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. But the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. The wicked plotteth against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. You see, he's constantly scheming on our people, man. The Lord Yahweh shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. You see, but at the end of the day, because we have Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, all right, the Lord is going to not allow these devils to come near us, man. Okay, he's not going to allow to the anointed to be touched. So the wicked is constantly plotting against the just, and he gnasheth upon him with his teeth. But the Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. Okay. So let's go back. To Wisdom of Solomon 2 and 11. Let our strength be the law of justice, for that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Therefore, let us lie in wait. Okay. Matter of fact, hold on. Let's grab this real quick. This is Psalms 10. Grab a couple of I'm gonna jump around. This is 10 and 2. The wicked in his pride does persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. For the wicked boasted of his heart's desire, and blessed the covetous, whom the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai abhorreth. The wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after Yahweh. Yahweh is not in all his thoughts. His ways are always grievous, Thy judgments are far above out of his sight. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. He has said in his heart, I shall not be moved. There goes the pride of this devil, right? For I shall never be in adversity. Okay. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. Point. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places does he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against, all right, the poor. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He does catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. All right. And this is why we tell you, all right, that you can never put your trust in this damn devil, man. Okay. Let's grab that real quick. Ecclesiasticus. Hold on real quick. Let me grab the 1611. This is Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rust has not all been altogether wiped away. See, this devil's going to come at with a certain type of tone to you, like if he's coming to help, all right? But in the back of this devil's mind, man, he's just always trying to persecute the poor, all right? He wants to take you out of the way because he has a deep down perpetual hatred that he doesn't understand himself, okay? It says, set him not by thee, lest when he has overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? All right. Yeah, we're not gonna have pity for you because we constantly told you not to trust this damn devil, man. You see? It says, so one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him near first. And though he pretend to help you, yet shall he undermine you. He will shake his head and clap his hands and whisper much and change his countenance, man. All right, meaning he gonna show his true colors at the end of the day, man. All right, and those that have this truth, man, we can see the true colors from the rip. All right, ain't no we're gonna wait for his true colors to come out. We know what this devil's about, man, because the Lord already gave us the manual on how this devil moves and operates. Okay, so going back to Wisdom of Solomon 2, and where was I? 12. Therefore, let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings. Yeah, that's why this devil hates us, man, because as the scriptures tell you, when one depart from evil, from evil, all right, you make yourself a prey, man, and we're clean contrary to his doing. So we're not moving in his ways, in his fashion. You see, we're contrary to him because we move in the ways of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All right. It says, he upbraideth us with our offending the law, and to our infamy the transgressions of our education. All right. And we tell you not to follow this devil's ways, man, not to follow his systems. All right. His educational system, all that is to brainwash our people, man. It says he professed to have the knowledge of Yahweh, and he calleth himself the child of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And we do, okay? We call ourselves the children of the Lord because it's the spirit that bears witness that we are the child the children of the Lord, man. Okay. It says he was made to reprove our thoughts. Yeah. Us coming out here, all right, we're reproving this devil's thoughts. Everything that he's talking, all right, and brainwashing us with, we're here to take it down. You see? Those are the strongholds that we're bringing down that have that stronghold upon our people. It says he is grievous unto us, even to behold, for his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion. You see? We move in the fashion of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, in the ways of the Lord. Okay? Not according to the ways of Esau and according to this world. Okay? It says we are esteemed of him as counterfeits, and that's exactly what Esau is, a counterfeit, cultivator, a vagabond, all right? Someone running from their persecution. Okay? Here it is that they claim to be the Lord's people, man. It says, he abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness, and pronounces the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh this boast that Yahweh is his father. And the end of the just is gonna be blessed, man, because we have true faith that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah is gonna spare us. Okay, Lord willing. Abaratazah. It says, it's like it went all the way to the top again. He pronounces the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh this boast that Yahweh is his father. Here goes the pride again of this devil. Let us see if his words be true, and let us prove what shall happen in the end of him. For if the just man be the son of Yahweh, he will help him and deliver him from the hand of his enemies. Okay? Let us examine him with despitefulness and torture. You see? That's the death that's coming upon our people, man. A whole lot of destruction and torture to our people. All right. These FEMA camps, when they round us up, all right, because some of us are going to be thrown into prison also, man. All right. Right next to some true stone cold killers. But those that believe, all right, those that are the elect, the Lord's going to hold down, all right, through it all. But, you know, the rest, they're going to go through all these different types of tortures. You know, those that you know, denied the name of the Lord, that denied his word, you know, claim to be Israelites, but they're out there, you know, bringing confusion upon our people. You know, these different Israelite groups, all right, that are not coming in the righteous manner, man. They're going to be tortured in those times, man. You see, those that fell out the truth, all right, never returned. Those are going to be tortured in those times, man, with great death. You see? And they're going to be tortured the worst because they knew better. It says, so like, let me grab that again. It always moves up if I take too long. It says, let us condemn him with a shameful death, and by his own saying, matter of fact, let me go up one. Let us examine him with despitefulness and torture, that we may know his meekness and prove his patience. Let us condemn him, and some of us are going to be beheaded, man, being in this truth, you know. But the Lord is going to make it to, you know, we're going to be able to handle it. We're going to be able to bear those things. We're going to be able to die in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, because the Lord going to keep a certain spirit on those men, all right? Some of us have to die for the testimony of Yahweh Shai. You see? It says, let us examine him with despitefulness and torture, that we may know his meekness and prove his patience. Let us condemn him with a shameful death, for by his own saying, he shall be respected. All right? They want us to be in a shameful death. All right? And if we have to die in this truth, all right, hey, it is what it is. It's not a shameful death, man, because there's different types of shame. All right. There's a shame for your wickedness, and there's a shame of you dying in righteousness, man. It says, Let us condemn him with a shameful death, for by his own saying he shall be respected. But here goes Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai saying, such things they did imagine and were deceived, you know. Their own wickedness has blinded them, all right? These people, these devils imagine these things, okay? But they're deceived in their own mindset because their pride has blinded them from knowing that, hey, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, God is elect. You see? As for the mysteries of Yahweh, they knew them not, neither hoped they for the wages of righteousness, nor discerned a reward for blameless souls. For Yahweh created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity. All right. And that's talking about his people, man. All right. Because none of these devils out here are going to be able to live in eternity, man. They're not going to live immortality, man. The only ones that are going to be immortal, all right, is going to be the elect, all right, the Israelites. Nevertheless, through envy of the devil came death into the world, and they that hold of his side do find it. You see? So when you see sponsored, you know, commercials like that, you know, trying to hire people, all right, for death cleanups, all right, that's because the Lord is warning you what's about to come upon this place, man. All right, just about to be a whole lot of death and destruction, all right, and there's gonna be bodies laying all over America, man. Okay, that's gonna cause a stink upon this earth. All right, so hey, pretty much that's the point. So Lord willing that the lesson was edifying. So with that being said, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, call Haloyim La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone who well. Blessings and salutations to the whole flock that scattered abroad, the Akim and the Aquat that was listening in. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing that the lesson was edifying. To the next one, Shalom.